Welcome back, coin collectors and treasure hunters. Today, we're exploring the 1994 United States quarter dollar, a coin that millions of Americans used every day in the mid-1990s. At first glance, the 1994 quarter seems like just another piece of pocket change, but certain rare examples and minting errors can turn this 25-cent coin into something worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for in your 1994 quarters. The Washington quarter had already been in circulation for more than 60 years by 1994. The obverse, or front, still featured the portrait of George Washington designed by John Flanagan, with liberty above his head, the motto "In God We Trust" on the left, and the year 1994 at the bottom. The reverse still displayed the heraldic eagle clutching arrows and olive branches, a design that symbolized American strength and peace. This was one of the last years before the famous state quarter program began in 1999, which makes the 1994 issue part of the last chapter of the classic eagle design. Let's talk about the mints. In 1994, 3 mints struck quarters. Philadelphia, with no mint mark, produced more than 825 million quarters. Denver, with the D mint mark, produced over 880 million. And San Francisco struck proof coins with the S mint mark, totaling about 2.5 million. With such high mintages, most of these coins are common. You'll find 1994 quarters in circulation every day. But remember, within those millions of coins, a small number of extraordinary examples exist, and that's where the value lies. In circulated condition, most 1994 quarters are only worth face value. Even in mint state grades like MS-63 or MS-64, they're usually only worth around $1 or $2. But once you reach MS-67 and higher, the value jumps dramatically. For example, a 1994 D quarter in MS-67 has sold for over $1,500 at auction. That's because only a handful of coins survived in that level of perfection, making them extremely desirable to collectors. Now, let's focus on error coins, which is where the real treasures are hidden. One of the most valuable errors for 1994 quarters is the double die, where parts of the design are struck twice due to misalignment in the hubbing process. Strong doubling on the date, Liberty, or In God We Trust can push values into the hundreds or even thousands of dollars. These errors are rare, but they do exist, and they're exactly the kind of coin that sharp-eyed collectors dream of finding in their pocket change. Another exciting type of error is the off-center strike. If the blank planchet wasn't properly centered in the press, the design may appear shifted to one side. The more dramatic the off-center, the higher the value, especially if the date is still visible. A 1994 quarter with a 50% off-center strike could bring in several $100s at auction. Clipped planchet errors also add value. This happens when part of the coin blank was cut incorrectly, leaving a curved section missing from the edge of the coin. These errors are easy to spot, and depending on the size of the clip, they can fetch $50 to $200 or more. Broad strikes and partial collars are also fascinating errors. A broad strike gives the coin a stretched-out appearance because the rim wasn't formed properly, while a partial collar results in an uneven rim. Both of these errors are collectible and can sell for significant premiums. Proof coins from San Francisco deserve a closer look too. Most 1994 S-proof quarters are worth just a few dollars, but in perfect deep cameo condition, they can bring $20 to $50. Some collectors are also on the hunt for proof coins with unusual errors, such as missing mint marks or double strikes. While not confirmed for 1994, missing mint mark proof coins from other years have sold for thousands, so it's always worth inspecting proof coins carefully. So how can you tell if your 1994 quarter is valuable? First, check the condition. If it has sharp details, full luster, and very few marks, it could be worth grading. Next, inspect it under magnification for doubling, off-center strikes, clips, or any unusual features. Don't forget to check proof coins for rare varieties or mint mark oddities. It's also worth remembering the history behind these coins. In 1994, the United States was in a time of change. NAFTA had just gone into effect, the internet was slowly entering households, and the economy was shifting toward a new digital era. These coins passed through countless hands during that time, making them a small but tangible piece of history. And treasure hunting with coins is not just a fantasy, it happens all the time. Collectors have found error quarters in circulation, sometimes tucked away in change jars for years. The thrill of discovering one of these rarities is what keeps the hobby so exciting. So the next time you come across a 1994 US quarter, don't just toss it aside as ordinary change. Take a closer look, because it could be hiding a small fortune. Whether it's a flawless high-grade example, a dramatic error, or a proof variety, these coins have the potential to surprise you. Coin collecting isn't only about profit, it's about history, learning, and the excitement of the hunt. Every coin has a story, and the 1994 quarter is no different. Out of billions of coins, only a handful are true treasures. The question is, will you be the one to find them?